going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rando Convo. What's going on?
Podcast.
This nigga. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah,
right here is July, 25th?
You think I know the date?
I'd hope so, nigga.
I don't.
You living?
I mean, Saturday, Sundays is a real, don't pretend. Or don't pretend. This is
it-
real pretend like there's no tomorrow. So it is Sunday the 25th.
Sunday the 25th. How has your week been, bro?
This is a timeless question, no cap. But it's been another week. We made it. We survived. No one we cared about died. We're moving on, pushing on. Trying to do big things, but time is a bitch. There's really not enough time in a day, but at the same time, I still find ways to waste time. So,
Hey, wasting time isn't exactly wasting time. You're doing something you fuck with.
That's
how I look at it.
You gotta understand when time has been wasted.
Are you just not are you not enjoying the time you're wasting?
I know that's a different topic. I know I spent time doing something when I should have been doing something else.
Fair enough. But what were you doing instead of what you were supposed to be doing? Was it satisfactory? That's the question.
Separate problem. But yes, it was.
Cool. That's all that matters.
No, Nick.
Is that your random thought?
No, not at all. Fuck.
Oh,
This shit was good, people. You know the vibes. You know who it is. I don't even think we really got to introduce ourselves at this point. Are we still doing introductions?
I mean, we can. I'm Nick.
That doesn't feel right, bro.
If y'all don't know me already,
if you
any new listeners out there,
that is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my name is Nick.
When you start a podcast, do you just start somewhere, or do you?
I think it depends. I think it depends on the podcast.
I try to start from the beginning, but it does depend on the podcast.
I think that each podcast is its own experience. And when I say podcast, each of our individual episodes is its own experience.
Just like that.
I know. Now we got apes on the screen and shit.
Is this your plan, Nick?
This is definitely not the plan. For our audio listeners out there, I set up a Rando Convo little cartoon to play while we were talking, and then the screensaver happened. So now it's just showing you elegant photos provided by Apple.
Elegant indeed.
So they're elegant. They're very elegant, but, maybe I'll fix it during the pod. We'll see.
We'll see. To be continued.
Did you want me to start my rando thought?
I feel like I gotta introduce myself. You introduce yourself.
Who are you?
Batman. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
We got Batman here.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have him. I think Bruce Wayne in other circles.
To anyone who just tuned into the podcast, you already know the vibes. It's your boy Nana. We gonna keep it at that. I feel like I've put my Snapchat out in other episodes. If you want my Snapchat, you're gonna have to go find it. But random thoughts, huh?
And let me do a little plug myself. So my everything has changed. So if you get mixes and masters from me, you go on SoundCloud. It's not the year 4000 no more. That's still the name of my overall brand, but my name on my SoundCloud is called The Beach. So if you want to hear some music, if you need some mix and mastering services, check out The Beach. Just The Beach on SoundCloud.
The switch up. All right.
Did you want to start or I'll start?
You know where to start?
My rando thought is not a statement. It's something that I wrote.
Nick, go ahead and read your rando thought. This is different.
I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to show it to you.
You're going to show it to the... Nick, what kind of head assery is this?
So I went to a protest yesterday.
Word.
And so this is my rando thought. Now, it might not show up clearly.
This is a lot going on. Our health system... our fucked up health system, and then M4A.
So it's like you know what I'm saying? Like, our healthcare system is supposed to be together type shit.
Word.
This is,
symbolism. God,
got a lot of pictures at the protest.
All right.
And that's my random thought. We have a really fucked up healthcare system. So
hell of a statement.
I'm not saying you got to vote for Medicare for all, which is what I believe. I'm not saying you got to vote for that or you got to be in agreement with that, but show me something better. Give me your solution. Let's get the thoughts on what your solutions are. That's my rando thought. You know what I'm saying?
Your rando thought. It's about that action. I respect that. My rando thought. Oof. Where are we going with this one? All right. I got it. If anyone didn't tune into last week's episode, you should.
How dare you?
You missed something. No, that's a little strong, Nick. But
how fucking dare you?
Yeah, okay. Even stronger. Whoever didn't tune in, you might want to tune in. But last week we talked about the streets and got almost like a little drive-by tutorial, if you will. God. In response to that, this week, doing what I usually do, enjoying life, watching through what I watch through. I had a little scare where I thought one of my reliable sources got shut down. And my first thought, the first thing I said was, "Damn you, Nick." It turns out the site was fine. My computer slash internet was tweaking. But my real random thought is Nick might be a Fed. I'm just putting out there. If y'all don't see me all of a sudden, I go ghost. Nick might be a Fed. Just putting like DJ Vlad, kind of. You feel me? You get the vibes. But that's my random thought.
To all the fans out there, I am not a fan of putting myself in danger. So the idea of me being a Fed is like impossible because I'm not ever gonna put myself in any danger.
I've said my piece, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna be a Fed, you gotta have to make me a detective like immediately. I'm not out in the field. Fuck
I
that.
will say he went from impossible to don't send me in the field, but I could do the Fed job. Just saying.
I could do specific Fed jobs.
Y'all heard the switch up, right? Just saying.
But I'm not about to be in the car.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already pulling people over. Like, I can't do that. But if you put me behind a desk and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm solving cases.
Went from
First
impossible
48 type shit. Oh
to
yeah, I'll do that.
What I would be willing to do. Wow.
You give me a check. You give me a nice check. First 48. Got you.
All right. I think it's looking a little more likely that Nick could be a Fed.
It's not impossible.
Nick, you just switched up a whole 180 degrees.
It's not impossible, but it's not right now.
Nick, what's our first topic? This is what disappointed it should be.
Our first topic, coming from a Fed, is
Yo.
so we got a headline, like I think around Thursday, and it has to do with vaccinations. And the fact is, in the NFL, there is a little bit of controversy, I'd say, involving vaccines.
When there isn't controversy in the NFL?
That's very true. Lives on controversy. But one of the coaches, one of the assistant coaches for the Minnesota Vikings, he has been, has he been fired?
Nah, he had mutual termination.
Just out. They said out. Yeah. So that could be.
He's done.
Yeah, he's done. Whether they forced him out, whether he quit, he's out
I believe it was mutual consent because a Patriots offensive line coach did the same thing. Right. Yes, I think he just said, "I'm not doing it." They said, "We're not going to force you." Yeah.
This particular gentleman's name is Mr. Rick Dennison. I didn't know who this was.
They said he not getting vaccinated.
Not getting vaccinated. Lost his job over it. So I kind of wanted to have a conversation of like how you feel, because this is not just going on in the NFL.
No, this is the start of
this is going to be a thing.
Very interesting revolution.
And I don't know how it is at your job, but at my job, we're having something kind of similar.
Oh no, it's probably already been said and done at my job.
Where you have to get vaccinated?
Let's just say it's pretty much done how the NFL's doing it, where if you are vaccinated, they're not gonna make your life difficult whatsoever. Come and do as you please. You don't gotta wear no mask no more. You feel me? Social distancing is on you. Yada yada. All that. I mean, they recommend you follow all guidelines, but at the end of the day, if you aren't vaccinated, you gotta wear a mask. You feel me? You can't go in certain areas of the building.
Right.
Things like that. So it really is it's very clear what they would rather you be.
They're making their position very strong.
It's been noted. Yeah. This happened back in like January, honestly.
My job is, because we've been working from home since I started there.
Gotcha.
Like the job I work at is not a work at home job, but since COVID has been a thing, been from home for the most part. And so they're making us go back in the beginning of September. And the guidelines are, if you have been vaccinated, you can come to the office. You don't have to get a temperature check every day. You don't have to have you don't have to wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? 6 feet, I don't think is a guideline if you're vaccinated already. So, but if you aren't, all those things apply. And I think a couple more things as well. And I am in a weird place where it's like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I know how I feel. There should be no problems about this. If you think somebody who owns a business, a company, something they've built, isn't allowed to place these rules or regulations, you are incorrect.
Oh, for sure.
This is something they can do. This is not illegal. It's not unconstitutional. It's not the U.S. government doing it. This is a private entity in most cases, which the NFL is a private entity.
Right.
And they're allowed to say, hey, I want y'all motherfuckers vaccinated.
I completely agree with you about, private businesses and everything. Completely agree.
It's
I do feel weird, like, is the government gonna do that? Like for like because there are a lot of government jobs. I mean,
No, I mean
like DC is right down the street. In DC, like a lot of people are in the government, work in the government.
my
So it's like, are
answer.
those like? Because to me, that's where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about if you have to be vaccinated for those type of jobs. Those are the only ones where I have a little trepidation.
They're not gonna say you have to be vaccinated,
Mhm.
but like I said, I think they're gonna make things much easier for the life of the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated.
Right.
That's just how I see it. Like I don't think anyone is really there's certain job there might be certain jobs that say like you got to be vaccinated, but for the majority, I don't think they are paying like just posting a line like if you're gonna apply here, you guys better be vaccinated. I think they're just putting in the bylaws, if you
What
will.
jobs would make you?
Oh, I'm assuming in the health field.
Can any? I don't think any job can make you.
Really? Yeah, it might be. I
Because
mean,
I'll speak for my job. Like I have to schedule people for like medical visits
you got to
every
get
day.
vaccinated to fly, right? For most, depending
No,
on the
people
location.
were flying before the vaccine.
You got a good point.
But yeah, but just for my job, for example, like I have to schedule like medical visits, and so some members would be like, "Has the nurse been vaccinated?" And I have to tell them, "I don't know because
Uh-huh.
we're not allowed to
To,
have that information.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a HIPAA violation. Like doctors and nurses have HIPAA
Dak Prescott said
HIPAA.
that.
Yeah, they have HIPAA as well, right?
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
leaked his info, right?
Nah, but he misused it.
I think somebody like I remember someone on the Cowboys had their like I think it was name running back. Damn.
Zeke.
Zeke, yeah. I think Zeke's yeah, I remember Zeke's information got leaked. That was a HIPAA
That
violation.
was but when
But
Dak
yeah,
was using it, he just used it wrong. But go ahead.
gotcha. But all right, I
But
didn't hear
no,
about that.
you were saying HIPAA. Yeah,
Yeah, but HIPAA, as far as HIPAA goes, like doctors and nurses have,
yeah.
they
You
have
can't
HIPAA
disclose
rights
that
as well.
information. I'm trying to.
So I don't think any job can force you to get vaccinated. I don't think. Now they can let you go under the guise of we need you, and the
Yeah,
vaccine might be a factor,
I'm
but
really
they
trying to
can't
think.
fire you for the vaccine. I don't think.
Nah, I don't think that can be a thing. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just misthinking of something. But I'm assuming in the near future they probably damn. Nah, I think it'd be illegal to be like, yeah, you
I
can't.
think it literally is legal. You can't do
Yeah,
that. But I know Michael Irving actually. You hear what Michael Irving did?
yeah.
Said,
Pretty much lashed out at the Cowboys players for not being all vaccinated.
and I'm like, that's actually a very good point in a way because that NFL season is hard in general.
Yeah, period. It's not easy to
It's hard
have
to.
a successful
It's
NFL
hard.
season.
That's what makes Buccaneers championship last year crazy because that team just came together in a
Hey,
COVID season.
they said they was one QB away. They were not joking.
But even then, like, of course, but like, dang, like they didn't even like now that they have like a full off season together, like able to practice because they weren't even able to practice like that.
I think it's more
Due to
crazy
COVID,
that they returned all 22 starters. That's
right?
unheard of.
But like, I think that if you are going to be a team and have the best chemistry possible, it's just going to be a problem if you have players who can't be in the same room as you. You know,
Definitely.
that's going to be an issue. So I do understand that some people have this trepidation of getting the vaccine. Do I understand it? I guess in each case is different, but for the most part, no. But some people have that trepidation, like Mr. Rick Dennison. Like this dude lost. Like he said, I am not going to be coach of this team. You know, I don't care what it costs me. I'm not getting vaccinated, and that's to me. I'm like anybody who is. I wouldn't do that for my job. Like I'm like,
I mean,
are you this? You're this against the vaccine?
he's not alone.
He's
You
not.
feel me?
It's a lot of people.
Cole Beasley's pretty active.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
There's plenty of people who. This is how I feel about it.
And look, I talk about it. Did you read the little thing he posted?
I mean, he did flip flop a little bit.
I have never read more foolishness than that. Just reading that thing, I was like, "What are you talking about?"
A man wants to be paid. I don't have anything against that. It's not illegal to want to get paid.
He was like, "I have control of my own." I'm like, "Bro."
This is what I'll say. Everyone's got their own lives. You feel me? I'm not in a position to tell anyone what to do with their lives. But.
Mhm.
Michael Irvin actually did make kind of good points. If you're an NFL football player, you have your own life. You're allowed to make decisions. But like, if you truly are trying to like win something,
Mhm.
you should be trying your hardest to make life easier on the team. And you being unvaccinated, I mean, the NFL's put out the guidelines. You are a liability.
Right.
You can miss. I think they've made it so it's like if you're unvaccinated, you can miss like 6 weeks just get catching COVID.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's one more week added to this NFL season, but like that's 1/3 of the NFL season if you catch COVID.
Right.
And let's say you actually matter to your team, you definitely gonna hurt them than do anything. You're gonna be on the sideline. It's like an injury. And look, injuries happen. You play a very physical sport. But I mean, you've seen it. Coaches are saying, I'd rather just not coach than be vaccinated. And look, enjoy doing what your next job is because you've clearly made it. You're in a good position. A lot of people would die to be in your position. Okay.
I just be getting like so confused because I watched this I forgot, I think it was NPR. Like they like went to the hospital and they interviewed two people. Both were unvaccinated. One dude, he was sick. He was basically on death's door the day before, and he's just now getting better. And they're asking like, "Are you gonna get the vaccine to prevent this from happening again?" And he's like, "Why would I get the vaccine?" They're like, "Didn't you just almost die yesterday?" And he's like, "Why would I get the vaccine? Like, I hate the fact that you all are pressuring me to get the vaccine." It's like I'm like, I don't get like you don't want the vaccine because everybody wants you to get the vaccine. That is
It's
literally just like this anti-thinking.
it is survival of the fittest at the end of the day. Whether you think you're doing what you need to do to survive, or whether you feel me, you actually survive. But it is
I think it's a
survival of the
matter of not
fittest.
trying to be wrong. I feel like, you get the vaccine and your whole worldview is fucked up now. You know
Uh,
what I'm saying? Because you've been brainwashed to think that this shit is horrible. This
I
shit's
say
gonna,
believe what you want
whatever.
to believe. You feel me? I could give a rat's ass.
I feel like no, not believe what you want to believe
Believe
when
what you want to
when
believe.
you are costing, you know, the entire country from getting to a point where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's believe what you want to believe at that point.
We
Like
can't force this vaccine on people. So, and I'm not big on forcing beliefs on people either. So, I just feel like believe what you want to believe.
it's not a
If it
belief.
doesn't
It's not a
hurt me,
belief though. You know
it,
what I'm saying? It's
it's
not a
it.
belief
They
though.
believe very strongly that they don't need to be vaccinated.
It's like, yeah, I get that. And look, it's not like anti-vax is like something new. That's been a thing.
People don't have 20, 30 years of their life never been vaccinated.
I think people getting vaccinated, they don't even know. That's the funniest part. Like niggas don't even know a tetanus shot is a vaccine. Niggas will get vaccinated with whatever. They'll go get some Advil. You know what I'm saying? Like they really wanted it. If they really want to do whatever they say they're gonna do to you, like they can sell that shit CVS. You take that shit and you're fucked. It's like I don't get that
We're gonna
thought
trick
process.
vaccine people.
It's like I just don't understand the thing. Do you get the thinking? Because I really don't. I
The
just
mindset of I don't want to be vaccinated because everyone's trying to make me get vaccine.
no. No. That's not what I'm talking about.
All right, what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is there's something wrong with this particular vaccine. I'm not gonna take this.
I mean,
When it's like, can't you make the case with any medicine you take? Period. That there might be something wrong with
some
it.
people just are not confident in the vaccine. There's whole country leaders that aren't confident in the vaccine. So, like, you want me to go there and tell them they're wrong?
Who? I didn't hear about that.
Country of Haiti, before the president got assassinated, president
He was saying that.
he was not allowing the country to be vaccinated. He was not allowing the vaccine in his
That
country, and
wow.
now Haiti's being sent vaccines.
Dang. So that might be wow.
That's a story.
I
So
didn't know. I didn't know you were saying that.
no, he had a whole
That makes
video.
that assassination make a lot more
Oh
sense.
no, it's definitely there's a couple other couple hundred countries leading. I think they quote unquote died of cancer, but they were not letting their country to be vaccinated died, and now the vaccines being sent to their country. So
Very interesting.
convenient at its finest. But
Very
you
very
feel me?
convenient.
I don't think we're here to talk conspiracies, is we?
I mean, if you got a conspiracy, it's worth saying. Shit,
Hey, look,
shit,
I'm
man.
gonna say this once. I'm gonna say it again. Believe what you want to believe. I am not in charge of that. As long as it don't cost me no dollar signs, I'll be alright.
Nigga, they gonna cost everybody dollar signs. This economy can't get up and running.
That would
Like it's
be
gonna
nice.
cost everybody. Once Chipotle costs like $15 for a bowl.
I'll stop going to Chipotle.
Shit, wherever you eat,
Nick, you had to change that so
wherever you eat.
specifically.
I ain't gonna play this guessing game what this nigga be going to get to eat. But wherever this nigga eats, it's gonna cost like $6 more.
I might have to start cooking more. I guess we'll
I'm
figure it out.
saying, but yeah, nah, it's I get everybody can make their own choices for sure, and I definitely don't want to force this back. I don't want it to be like everybody got to get it. I don't want that. That's not something we should be in the business of doing.
Gotcha.
I need niggas to stop being stupid.
Hey, bro.
I need people to stop being stupid and understand that COVID's not going away anytime soon. That's the part that people, because a lot of people, I do get mad. People think they get vaccinated and everything's all good. It's like, no, COVID's still a thing that's gonna like
It's
you can
part of.
still get.
I think it's part. It's gonna be part of our just
Like
lives in general.
we haven't neutralized the flu. You know what I'm saying?
We
Like
just get flu
we
shots.
have a vaccine for it. So that's why, it's
People
not
still get the flu and die.
we have a lot of people who die every year from getting the flu and the pneumonia. So it's not over. So COVID's gonna still be a thing. And if you continue to be unvaccinated, in my opinion, you're gonna get it. You're gonna have multiple times, you're probably gonna get it. And if you don't have that, vaccine, you're probably gonna have a bad case of it. If you're in that risk category.
Yeah.
And if you're not in the risk category, you can spread it to your family members who are in the risk category. So it's just like, I don't get it. I hope that
Some people would rather not take the risk of putting it in their body.
some people rather kill their mothers and grandmothers.
Hey, bro.
Fuck mom. Hey. Oh no.
It's a every man for yourself world.
It is, and respect to all those people who are trying to educate people on the vaccine. Respect to those people. That's a hard fucking job.
No, I would say it's not easy because especially niggas who don't want to take a chance to listen.
Because I have to ask somebody every day for my job, like, have you been vaccinated? Like, if they haven't, ask them if they want to get vaccinated.
Oh, that's fun.
And so it's like,
niggas hate you.
At this stage, everybody who wanted to get vaccinated pretty much has been vaccinated.
Because everyone else is not with the shits, huh?
Right. Like, we're at that stage where it's like, we got we've literally separated it now. I don't think anybody's on the fence. Like, I don't know this vaccine. I don't think anybody's thinking that. I think most people are just like,
I'm sure there's somebody still on the fence.
At least in America. Of course, in other countries, it's a different story. But at least in America, like, there are a good amount of people, because they're giving that shit out in the subways. They're giving that shit out in public transportation.
You really can get vaccinated anywhere.
It's free. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I don't have the resources to get it. It's I choose not to. So it's an interesting conversation. We will most definitely probably be talking about this in some capacity in the future.
Woo.
Hopefully not, but
this ain't going nowhere, Nick.
People are fucking idiots, so we'll see.
Tell us how you really feel, Nick.
That's not how I really feel. That's
JK, you already said that.
Niggas in space.
Hey.
So
I should have done more research on this before I came here.
I mean, I know like kind of the layman's terms of it.
Rich
like,
niggas is going to space.
Which a lot of people are having a big issue with.
I don't know it. I get it, because it's like, oh, they could be helping world hunger, yada yada. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I get Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, if I get even closer, they rich. Y'all not finna tell me what the fuck I'm finna do with my money, and that's from when I'm broke. You feel me? This broke me now, so that's my 2 cents. I don't care who you are on Twitter.
Here's my thing: people are getting super upset about this, and just reading like just different articles, reading different tweets, Reddit posts, and shit. I'm like, all y'all anger, I'm looking at the camera, all y'all anger is fucking misplaced, y'all. Like, why are y'all getting mad at Jeff Bezos? This nigga's been a dick. This nigga's been who he is.
My man got money.
This
it's
nigga got
different level of money.
He slaps the nigga with fuck you money. Like, he has an insane amount of money.
Look, I mean, it's a person you can get mad at, and I guess the anger it's got no end place. It's not gonna do nothing. He's not about to.
To all the people who are getting mad, why don't you get mad at the government regulations and government tax laws that allow somebody to get that rich and be able to do that? Why don't you get mad at that? Why are you mad at the nigga who just took advantage of the tax laws? Now, I'm not a Jeff Bezos fan by any means. Like, I'm not trying to sing his praise or nothing like that. That dude is a mixed bag if I ever heard of one.
Hey, bro, if there's like a real life supervillain,
dang,
it might be Jeff Bezos. It might be Jeff Bezos.
He's Lex Luthor. Like, legit.
My man got bands.
Jeff Bezos looks like, you remember when Mark Zuckerberg was in Justice League and he had his hair shaved and shit?
Sure. And
he had the suit on? That's exactly how Jeff Bezos looks. Like, he looks like...
You said Mark Zuckerberg?
That's Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, but the dude who played Mark Zuckerberg. Jesse...
No, that's what really had me. I really was thinking, it's like, Mark Zuckerberg was not in Justice League.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I know he was the actor who played both of them.
Yeah, and he had like a bald head and he had the suit on. That's how Jeff Bezos looks. Like, he looks like a super villain.
My man said Jeff Bezos at Justice League. Zuckerberg.
I fucked up, but it was funny though.
No, that would actually have me like, did not compute. Like I really had the like buffering moment.
Jesse Ellsberg, whoever his name is.
We understand the concept,
Right.
but someone listening who actually thinks just
like Mark Zuckerberg's an actor. Oh shit!
I thought he was just a Facebook nigga.
He's real talented.
But rich niggas is definitely taking Joe
rich
Ray's
niggas
out
have been rich niggas for all of time. It was bound to happen. It was bound. One of them was gonna have enough money and resources to get the space. That was just bound to happen.
Self-explanatory statement of the like ever. Rich niggas have been rich niggas for all the time. I just wanted to quote.
But niggas are getting mad at him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
being rich.
What is the point of getting mad at this man?
How dare you joyride into space?
I'm saying, like,
fuck you gonna do about it besides get mad? No,
my thing is, why even comment? Like, what is the? And I do hate the people who are like putting a lot of importance on it. Like, it's important that these people, these entrepreneurs, go to. I'm like, no, it's not. Not important.
Why do niggas comment on half the shit niggas comment on? That's the question.
I don't know. I'm just think we just have to have an even keel approach to a lot of this shit. Let this nigga go to space. And if you want to get mad about it, get mad at the laws that allowed him to attain the wealth that he has. Don't get mad at this nigga for taking advantage of those
If
laws.
you truly feel like you can do something about it, comment, please. Let us know what you can truly do about Jeff Bezos and all these rich niggas going into space and how you plan on executing that action. I just want to know. I'm asking for a friend.
Get mad at our government also because they don't want to go to space.
I think
they said fuck going to space. Yeah.
And they just
y'all know, like, I'm not a fan of our government. Not a fan at all.
I think Nick's made that very clear.
I wish that we would go to space. I like the idea of the government funding us going to space. I always liked that. I was a big astronaut kid when I was like,
okay.
So it's like I love that. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that we aren't making any efforts in that anymore, we're just saying, you know what, let's let the people do it. That part to me is the fucked up part. Not the fact this thing's going. This nigga going is like, all right, cool. You know, he owns the Washington Post.
My man was going to do it
James
when
Bond.
He figured out when he wanted to do it. Like no one was going to tell him when he could not do it. That's that.
So niggas getting mad about that, please.
Y'all are always going to be mad.
That's true. Niggas do be waiting to get mad about everything.
Y'all are always going to be mad.
So we're on the same opinion, basically?
There's nothing to talk about here, actually. Niggas is going to space.
Your topic, nigga.
Look, I thought we was going to have more discussion points, but if we both think that niggas going to space and ain't shit nobody can do about it, but
I'll put it like this. Nigga, bring me next time.
Jeff. You got a couple $1 million?
Nah. Jeff, bring me next time. I'll bring the vibes.
Please, nigga.
I'll bring the vibes.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? I'll bring a good playlist.
This is what I can offer. Please.
I can bring a good vibe, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, hear me out.
We'll do a Rando Convo there in space. All good.
I'm with the shits.
Hey, yeah, you coming too?
I'm with the shits.
We'll bring our mics and shit.
They're in space for only like 10, 15 minutes, so
be a short ass episode.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be worth it.
It would be worth it. It would be worth it.
Definitely on video.
Jeff, like, just know I'm not your biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you for taking the bookstores out of business. Like, fuck you for that. But if you're going to space next time, let me know.
On everything, not only do you have nothing to offer him, but you just said fuck him. And then you ask him to take you to space.
Hey, man, maybe he appreciates the real. He's like, no one's ever been that bold to me before.
Something tells me.
It's been a while since someone's been that bold to me.
All right, something tells me his ex-wife has done it recently, but we'll leave that alone.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he probably hired, like, he has, like, the best earplugs in the world.
I'm not arguing with that.
When she's talking, just like,
I'm not
it's an
arguing
app.
with that at all.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I think that people are mad because they're jealous.
Look, it's okay to be
jealous. And that's fine to be jealous. That's completely fine. Shit, I'm jealous of them too.
Everyone gets jealous.
I think people react to that jealousy in different ways.
Of course. Some people go to Twitter. Some people go to IG.
Because I know half these niggas know if they had the opportunity to go to space, they're going to space.
Bro, I said it at the beginning of this segment. I'm going to say it again. If I get some motherfucking bread, I'm talking a couple mil, a couple hundred thousand.
And the government ain't giving you no problems about going?
Y'all not going to tell me what the fuck I can do with that.
I think the government would give people problems about doing it. It's not like niggas haven't had money before.
Bro, I
think they used to literally say you cannot go.
I'm not even big on taking myself to space. If the opportunity was to present itself, cool. But, like, that's not on top of my list. But, like, y'all niggas still not finna tell me what the fuck I can do with my money ever. Not one of y'all was with me shooting in the gym. I'll be dead if one of you internet niggas tell me what the fuck I can do.
Uncle Sam looking at you like, what's this nigga talking
about? Hey, bro. That's probably the only motherfucker who's
and that's the thing. That's the nigga who used to say you can't go.
Hey, they
Now,
switched up.
you know what I'm saying? Now
Uncle
they
Sam.
switched up. Like, expect more.
Uncle Sam's already
I'm telling you,
told
LeBron's about to
us.
be in space.
Hey, bro.
2032. I'm telling
Do
you.
what you want with that timeline.
LeBron's about to be in space 2032. I'm sorry, 2032. Like, he's going to be in there. All the billionaires going to be up there. You're going to be mad. Dr. Dre's going to be there with his
You're gonna be
ex-wife.
mad. Nah, please don't bring your ex-wife, Dr. Dre. I'm so mad at her. I see the check she getting monthly.
Her check is crazy, bro. that is insane.
Hey, look, I'll never.
I know, like, the white billionaires probably looking at Dre like, damn, they did that dude dirty.
I'll never knock anyone's hustle. You feel me? Feed yourself, feed your kids, whatever. Ain't no way in hell she's supposed to be getting that much money, bro.
Hey, she could really feed those kids.
She feeding a lot more than her kids, bro. She feeding all her future.
I'm pretty sure the kids are like adults too,
bro. That was for her. She not taking care of nobody. She's taking care of herself,
bro. She said, I think it was $30K for laundry. I was like, you gotta be a month. You gotta be shitting me.
You imagine?
It costs me. It costs me nothing because I have a dryer. You know, it's a washer and dryer. You know what I'm saying?
She don't do her own laundry, bro. That's.
But $30K?
Hey, bro, that some expensive laundry is probably a lot too.
Dr. Dre's is too expensive.
Dr. Dre lost.
Dr. Dre's sitting like, I have a washer and dryer at home. Like,
nigga, I'll wash your laundry for $30K. What? I will actually wash your laundry for $30K a month.
He's like, girl. He's like, girl, give me your laundry. I'll wash it at home. I'll wash it at the crib.
Bro. But that wasn't for him to decide.
Yeah, he and look, he has a history of beating women and being very disrespectful to women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about the lyrics. I'm talking about literally putting hands on women.
In reality.
So, I'm not singing his, I'm not coming to his defense per se. I'm just saying any person who's getting this amount of money
for
in a
just
settlement, it's like, geez.
It's just getting a divorce.
That's crazy.
Yo, this shit have motherfuckers scared for commitment. No cap.
Shit got me scared. Man, the next topic, it was so we've kind of gone into this a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
A tadpole bit, you know what I'm saying? But I think we went into it with specifically OnlyFans. But
if someone remembers that episode.
Redemption. That's all I'll say.
Hey, bro. The running joke continues. Ian, we getting you on this show.
We getting you, bro. Ian, you listening, we getting you, bro. But so we went over, OnlyFans, but I wanted to go over, and by me, Nana suggested this topic. So Nana wanted to go
on
over
everything. Y'all hear the Fed in his voice? Just, all right, maybe I'm tripping. No, I don't think
he's tripping.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
The Fed's not out yet.
Yo, you were Fed.
So Nana wanted to talk about the pros and cons of social media.
Good old social media.
And I will be as transparent as possible. I reject your hypothesis.
Which is?
That, because you can't really do a pros and cons because each social media has so many different pros and cons. So it's kind of hard to encapsulate all of them. So how'd you want to do this?
So you rejected my hypothesis, but you're going to give it a chance?
I wanted to do it live on the air, yeah.
Jesus. All right, Nick. I raise your rejection and start, well, what is part of the good you can do on social media? What do you see as the bright spots of social media?
It livens up a boring day.
Okay.
You can do some very good activism, and you can reach a lot of people that you wouldn't be able to reach going door to door.
Quote unquote, bringing people together.
Right.
Here.
You have access to media that you wouldn't have because, a lot of people spend their time making YouTube videos,
content
making TikToks.
Creators.
Yeah, right, exactly. Content. I mean, shit, what we're doing right now. We're going to post this on our podcast service and YouTube, which is technically a social media.
Yeah.
So, social media has changed the world.
I got y'all Snapchat people with the link, by the way. Just putting that out there. Right. Y'all know the vibes.
You can honestly say the streets are a social media in a way.
Streets, okay, yeah.
Just people posting things, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the community.
The power of said internet, yep.
Right. So it's like, there's a lot of positives if you just do it on like a general basis. Obviously, if you go to individual different, medias like Twitter, Instagram, each one has different pros and cons.
All right, so let me, what do you, if you were had to rank the good old, powers of the top beings of social media and ranks of which one has, like, I guess, more positive community, more positive uses?
Reddit, and then everybody else at the bottom.
Wow.
I'm playing, but Reddit is number one. Reddit's number one.
Okay.
Next would probably be, in terms of the good it can do,
like just the most positive community and positive outlook, more ability to actually bring people together instead of what we gonna talk about later in the negative
Oh,
social media.
Reddit, and then everybody. I'll go back to my original statement. Reddit, then everybody else is just in the negative camp for me.
Got you. I hear that.
Reddit is the only one that I can truly say like is about community
Yep.
and bringing people together because it does something that other social medias don't do. I don't know if you go on Reddit at all.
I do.
So you know how it is like subreddits.
Yep.
So it's like we're not like it doesn't matter who each individual user is. Like, I'm not looking for users.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for content.
Topics.
I'm looking for hip hop topics.
Yep.
I'm looking for movie topics. I'm looking for anime topics.
The streets really is headquarters at Reddit.
No cap. No cap. So it's like I don't care what Joe B25 says. It's cool if he says that, but I don't give a fuck. I'm here for the content and here for the different discussions.
Yep.
With Twitter,
probably
it's all user based.
Twitter is probably the most toxic, actually. But we'll
I think Facebook is.
Really?
Facebook is like the home for disinformation.
Okay.
Because Twitter, all you can do is like have links and stuff. Reddit, you can like form communities just filled with disinformation.
But Twitter,
I don't think you can do it in the same way. Because Twitter is really just you're tweeting, posting links, you're following, you're mentioning, you're retweeting.
You can upload content.
You can. It's so people can, just retweet it and stuff like that.
At the end of the day.
Facebook, you can do that component by posting stuff, but there's also like groups you can join.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
Yeah, Facebook does have the groups.
I was in my first one was the sneaker groups. I used to join sneaker groups on Facebook,
The more you know. IG didn't get a mention?
IG falls in the same camp as Twitter.
Got you.
It's just with pictures and
I think it's harder to share things on IG though.
It's easier to share pictures.
Yeah, I guess you like it. Who else likes it? Continue.
IG is my least favorite because I don't use it like that.
Got you. I don't use IG either.
But I do see that it's, no more toxic than Twitter is.
Mm-hmm. Is the IG community that toxic?
I mean, Twitter is more popular than IG. So I think by that, it's more toxic just because there's more amount of content flowing through Twitter.
More people are on Twitter than IG?
I would think so. Curious too.
I think this is worth noting. Yeah, just trying to I guess gauge what good people can do, have been doing, should be doing, try to do on social media. Because I mean, we all understand that social media can get toxic like that. I mean, it's pretty much more toxic than not. That's Nick does the research.
Doing the research.
All right. I'm gonna solo this, Nick. I got you. All right.
So number one is Facebook.
Number one is Facebook, huh?
2.5 billion.
Then I think Twitter or IG wouldn't be far behind.
Yeah, IG second, Twitter's third.
Hey, IG got more.
But I think that in terms of reach, Twitter is just used more as far as reach goes.
I'll say I use. I'm millions away from the mic.
Because most people aren't, quoting stuff from IG.
I use Twitter more than I use IG. But I'm not really on Twitter per se. I know if I need information, Twitter is the better place to go. But I mean, just seeing the numbers, there's more people on IG. I'm very curious to how that. I guess IG. I mean, it's really just comments. All you can do is comment on like an IG. So very curious to see what the IG comment community is all about. Or live streams. They be commenting in the live streams. Big on those.
Thing is, Facebook and Instagram are very linked.
Twitter doesn't do live streams.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, but so IG got the live stream game on lock.
Yeah, I just think that with social media, I think as far as the negatives go.
So we jumping straight to the negatives. Okay.
I mean, we gone through a lot of the positives.
Yeah, I don't know if there are any more positives. I mean, we talked about it. Just be able to promote yourself.
Yeah, I think it can build a career. Build a community. Yeah, but it can also tear a career down.
Look, you got to understand to build a career through social media and through if you are a content creator, at the end of the day, the people who support your content are your boss. They're the reason you have a job. They're the reason you are where you are. So if your boss suddenly just doesn't fuck with you one day, it's gonna be hard to eat.
But you have a silent boss that you don't. You have your fans as your boss, but there's another boss. The people who own the platform. They are your boss, and they can take you off at any point in
Oh, for
time.
sure.
I'll never forget
Your
what happened.
content's always
You
being.
remember Alex Jones?
Oh, no, he a big conservative person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, Alex Jones. I'm not gonna hold you, man. I loved Alex Jones
Look,
for the memes.
Somebody's not happy about that statement.
Someone's not happy. I know. I'm sorry. Look,
I'm sorry.
Look, man, I'm as leftist as they come. I went to the fucking Medicare for All protest yesterday, so don't
Y'all not gonna tell me those
don't
shit.
question my leftism. But
I'm
Alex Jones was fucking hilarious. Like Alex Jones, one of the funniest people. I'll never forget. He had a whole segment basically calling Obama and Hillary Clinton devils, and like he showed this like really unflattering picture of Hillary. He's like, she's a stinking demon, and I hate her. I cried, bruh. Because there's never no substance, and I know it's not like it's almost like he's in on it being a joke. Mm-hmm. So it makes it. It's like I love just watching this shit. Gotcha. It was just hilarious, and social media basically banned him. You know, like social media, all the social media basically came together and said, we're getting this thing off the platform.
It's too wild.
And it's like, look, was he saying some wild stuff? Of course. That goes without saying. Mm-hmm. But are we in the business of censoring people? And I'm like, I don't like that idea. Because look, they're a private industry. So they can do whatever they want from their terms of service perspective. Of course. No, I'm not arguing that. But there is something in this country called freedom of speech.
That is true.
And it's not just the government. Obviously, the law is the government can't infringe upon your speech. Mm-hmm. But that kind of goes into, it's a whole entire, like, just how we live our lives.
But I also think those companies have the right to say, you can say whatever the fuck you want, just not on our platform.
But it gets to the process of somebody else can say that same shit, and it depends on who it is.
Oh, no.
Donald Trump could tweet this, and obviously he's banned now. Yeah. But he could have said the same thing that Alex Jones just said. No, you know what I'm saying? Donald Trump's staying on because it's profitable for them. You know, that
matters if that person doesn't follow him.
That to me is the main con of social media. But these companies ultimately control it, not the content creators.
I mean, that goes back to my statement.
And they can fuck you at any moment.
If I build some shit and it's mine, I'll be damned.
For sure.
The government step in and tell me what I can and cannot do.
I'm not debating that. I'm saying it's a con.
Oh, no, definitely it's a con.
That's the only point I'm making. I'm saying it's a con.
No,
I'm not saying they can't do that. I respect the fact, because look, if it's gonna cost you money and you're a company, yeah, I get that.
It's part of the business.
It's a con for sure.
Part of the business.
I miss Alex Jones, man. That man was saying, he used to say some crazy.
I don't think those platforms miss him.
Yeah, probably not.
But no, you're right. Besides your fans, the actual platform does have a good portion of what you can and cannot do.
Right.
But
and they can demonetize you for whatever. You know what I'm saying? If
that's
your livelihood, you know.
If you came up through social media, you can always come back down. I think that's a big note.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a big note.
What's another con you can think of? I have a whole bunch of them.
The inability to stop mass hate, whether it's racism, just bigotry of any kind, honestly.
You can say it elevates the hate.
No, definitely. I mean, it's the power of being able to say something behind a screen and keyboard and knowing that, like, the worst you can do is get your account taken away. That's the situation at hand here.
Right? You can, like, ruin somebody's life. Like, you can cause somebody to commit suicide.
You can really fuck up somebody's mental health.
Do you watch South Park?
Not really.
Do you know at least some of the characters?
I know the show, but I wouldn't go around saying I watch it religiously.
Respect. Yeah. Do you remember Kyle's dad, the Jewish dude?
Yeah.
So it's like one of the nicest characters in the show, right? And so like one episode, he was just doing I think it has a charity thing. He gets home, he's like stretching out, getting ready, and in his private time, he is a troll on the internet. This man will go, and it's like he had a whole little montage of him just going off. He'd be like, just get the siphon.
The real head ass.
And it's like, I feel like, and look, that's obviously exaggerated, but I feel like there are a lot of people.
Do that. Like,
there are a lot of people who might be good people on the surface, but to get that negative energy out, look, they just are trolls.
I understand that at the end of the day, trolls are not going to go anywhere. People are going to get on the internet and love to just fuck around with
it. Makes it easier, though, because a lot of people don't have the balls to do that in real life.
No, that's
and
the saddest part.
Hiding under a username is a little easier.
Oh, for sure.
To ruin somebody's day as opposed to coming up to their going up to their face and saying
But
it,
like,
you know.
it's part of like how do you fix bullying? In my opinion, bullying's not going anywhere. People gonna get bullied, and I think
For
those are
sure.
the same science.
For sure, I think that social media
Yeah,
leads
no,
to
it's
it's like
it's the
that is
ladder.
such a large scale of
Yeah,
bullying
it's
now.
it's the ladder to step up to the next game of trolling, where it's like, oh, I control and no one can do anything to me. Let's get it.
Now, I do think there is some culpability on the victims in this case. Sometimes
I think it depends for sure.
it depends for sure, but I remember I think Tyler the Creator said he was like, "You get bullied on the internet, just close the computer." And it's like that's fucked up, but that's in a way real. It's
It,
like if you're getting bullied on a platform,
it
maybe you shouldn't
definitely
be on that
it
platform.
definitely makes sense for you to not continue to use that thing, but obviously that doesn't fix that problem. You're not supposed to, go on the internet and be getting your
It's still a
morale
con no
fucked
matter
up.
what. But it's
Yeah,
like I
but
do think that some people
don't keep getting bullied by
right,
trolls. Don't do that to
exactly.
yourself.
That's the best. That's the best way to put it.
Don't
If you're getting bullied on a platform, it's wrong.
do
We're
it.
not in agreement that you should get bullied. But maybe you should try to go
Report
to.
them and
If
go
you're
watch TV,
if
bro.
you're
Go
getting
do
bullied on
something.
Twitter, maybe you might want to go
Look,
to
I'll
Tumblr.
say
You
this.
know?
I know it probably wouldn't be beneficial for us because we're on a podcast, we're on the internet. But some motherfuckers need to spend less time on the internet. Like y'all really do. Like, go
Unless you're
outside,
watching
go
the
talk to
Rando
them.
Convo podcast,
See, I thought it's
released every Tuesday.
is it
Make
is
sure.
that officially?
Yeah,
Nick, are you gonna hold it?
I'm gonna hold it.
All right.
I'm gonna hold it.
I've heard you say some things that they don't hold, Nick.
I'm gonna hold it. All right, let's do it this week.
I'll give you that one.
We're holding it. We're holding it. Now we're talking podcasts. We're not talking video.
YouTube,
Video's
yep,
coming out
got you.
continually over the week.
What,
So
life?
stay tuned for that. So if you are trying to have less internet, make sure you don't make that, have to do with the Rando Convo. Like continue watching Rando Convo.
Great
We're not gonna
plug-in.
bully you.
Great plug-in, Nick.
We're not gonna bully you.
I'm about to say this is a bully. I like to think it's a judge-free zone, bully-free
We
zone.
don't bully nobody. The only person we bully is Ian. Shouts out Ian.
Hey, bro, you really took that sentiment and just crashed that bitch. Like we had good vibes in here. Like, yeah, what kind of? Hey, bro, I got love for you.
But you know what I'm saying? Like we're not. I don't want this to be a negative vibe, Joe.
Yeah.
And I do think there are a lot of like podcasts, a lot of things that do kind of harp on the net. Like literally, their channel is for negativity.
It's part of their platform. They do what they gotta do. But spitting off the cons of social media, I hate that motherfuckers do shit for likes. I really do hate that. I understand that's how shit blows up. That's how it get popping. That's at the end of the day, likes, retweets, whatever. It's about the volume, people paying attention to your shit. But it's gotten to the point where motherfuckers will move in the actual lives for likes.
I don't have a problem with that.
Really?
I have a problem with the people who like those things. That's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with people actually just doing stuff.
The people entertaining them. There's the issue.
Like, the only reason why that stuff goes viral is because of all the people.
I think it's a two-way street. I definitely see that.
Yeah, of course, because you have to create the content. But I'm saying, like,
motherfuckers is out there liking it. You're not wrong.
Like, for example, I was just watching this. I don't know if you ever heard. You gotta watch this dude named Jamari on YouTube. Bro. Shouts out to him, bro. He this might be the funniest YouTuber I've ever encountered. This man, the way he breaks down shit is just hilarious.
All right.
And so he was like, he had this video of this girl who literally had OnlyFans and everything, and she became a millionaire just off of sending her money,
just straight up.
And she just treats them like shit. Like she just treats them all like shit. She just bullies them, and that's like their kink.
That's what they pay for.
And I'm like, I'm not mad at her. Why am I mad at her?
Like,
I'm mad at these niggas who are getting bullied and paying her money. Like, what are y'all doing?
That is their
you are giving people like that the power. Like, why are you like those people to me have the bigger issue?
Yeah,
like those people are having bigger mental issues than me than the people who are just because they're just trying to get content. That's easy to understand. I do not understand the dudes that are like bullying me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just an extreme example.
No, niggas have fetishes. But like I said, I think it's a two-way street. I think there's people willing to do it for the clout, and there's people willing to give the clout. So
are the streets meeting at the same, like 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Or is one street like...
It's a little 60-40 for the niggas paying.
Okay,
I can't
agree with that.
Because the niggas doing content are definitely just trying to eat at the end of the day. I can't truly get mad at that, but
depending on the content.
I'm very disappointed that it's become part of like niggas. Motherfuckers would dedicate their daily lives to getting likes on a daily basis, and that just doesn't seem healthy to me. But at the end of the day, that's a job, that's a hustle.
I just be getting weirded out by the people. Like, if you're watching like a 5-hour Twitch stream, like where is this time coming from?
Motherfuckers have free time at the end of the day.
But I'm like, who are these people? Like, I'm like, this is like, it becomes crazy. It becomes something like, young. Like, if I devoted 5 hours to watching some bitch on whatever on OnlyFans, hey,
It'd be
what?
5 hours. You're not doing something else.
But what am I gonna be doing? Like, I could be. There's so much other things you can entertain yourself. I'm like, yo, like you're gonna spend 5 hours getting bullied by
Someone
this bitch?
out there would hear the list of things you said and will go, "No, I'd rather get bullied by some bitch on Twitch." That's just the state of the situation we're in.
I think that speaks to a societal problem.
It might be on
I think
there.
that speaks to a society.
Nick.
Hey,
Nick,
hey,
you're gonna plug that the whole time.
Mental health. Mental health is a piece of this too. You know what I'm saying? There's something mentally wrong with people.
That's true.
And I think that we need that. That's the understated thing about some of our problems in society. Like there's like mental health issues.
I definitely think we've kind of crossed the line. I don't know when the line was crossed per se.
We've passed across the Rubicon? Is that what it is?
Past the point of no return. That's all I know. But like, we're definitely on
we're on a bad track.
We're on a path. We're on a bad path.
No, it's a bad path.
And motherfuckers is it's getting to where motherfuckers really just doing whatever. So, I mean, this is the state we're in. We can't really undo it per se.
We can't.
So
I wish we could though.
It's moving along.
Is that the only con? Is that the last con or the last con?
Look, there's probably a billion other cons, but I don't feel like to talk about all these cons.
Probably a bunch of pros too. So we're gonna leave it there.
We're gonna leave it there.
Before we get into the what you're watching, you already know.
We're going straight to
top five.
Jesus, Nick. Every time.
You already know. You already know. It's a main slay.
It's
a main slay, man.
This is look.
So look.
Go ahead.
The NBA Finals have concluded. What's your top 5 ranking for players right now?
Just top 5 players in the NBA at the moment.
At this moment in time. And it is ranked.
We're going 1 to 5, huh?
1 to 5.
81.
Okay.
Giannis 2.
Okay.
LeBron 3.
Okay.
This is where it gets ugly. I really want to give this.
God,
I don't know who you talking about in the slightest. I'm definitely. It's between Kawhi and Jokic. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know who I did left off.
Go ahead.
But
so it's definitely those two. It's just you don't know the ranking.
It's Jokic, Kawhi.
Kawhi's 5?
Yeah.
All right. KD number 1.
Yeah.
Giannis number 2.
Yeah.
LeBron number 3.
Okay. 4, 5 is the difficult part then, huh?
No, I know mine.
No, I'm just saying that's we obviously gotta.
Yeah, I just wanted to make those sure because our first 3 are
the 4 or 5 is where the discussion really starts. Then
4 is Steph. You're being super disrespectful.
Hey, bro.
You're being super disrespectful when I put Steph in the top 5.
Hey,
you're
we're talking right now.
You're being super disrespectful. Right now. This man had no team. You're being super disrespectful.
We're talking right now. I've said about
his second best player was Andrew Wiggins. Being super disrespectful.
My man showed out. I'm not arguing with that. He didn't make the top 5. He's definitely top 10.
I feel you. And then number 5 is Jokic.
Did Jokic deserve this MVP? Maybe not.
Absolutely.
I can't ignore.
What do you mean? What?
No, some people argue he didn't deserve it.
Who?
Why? This. Like I said,
my man's when Jamal Murray got hurt, he was 3rd seed. Jamal Murray is not playing. He keeps them at the same level and gets them to the conference semis, where they play the eventual representatives for the NBA Finals. Like, what in what world does he not deserve MVP? I don't see it. Like what can we ask of this man to do more?
Someone's out there making that argument. Like I said, maybe not.
You're wrong. I don't even know.
But he's got the MVP, so I definitely couldn't leave him out. But I'm still such a big fan of Kawhi's game, just the overall.
Look, man, Kawhi is a less talented version of Michael Jordan.
Great respect.
Which, I mean, shit, that's not saying anything bad about Kawhi.
No.
He has a very similar game.
It's a very respectful comparison.
Mid-range based.
The defense is there.
Better than Jordan's, I think.
Oof,
defense-wise. You know, just not, I don't think he has the same handle.
Yeah,
Michael has a great handle of the ball. I think Kawhi has that same. Kawhi has a very controlled handle.
I can argue with that.
But you can't go out in embarrassing fashion last year and then be injured for a timely time in
Hey,
this playoffs and keep your top five
last time
status.
I checked,
I can't do that.
last time I checked, you don't really get determined injury, but
You don't. You don't.
I'll let it be.
Hey, I didn't put Steph in top five last year
All right,
because he was injured. That's the reason why. Like
fair play.
I can, and I saw how good this team was without him. And I'm like,
They still hooped without Kawhi. You're not wrong.
so I feel you that he is top five talent wise, and if he's healthy, I get it. But if you're not healthy, I gotta look at things a little different.
All right,
Steph Curry balled the fuck out.
That's
this
respect.
Year.
Instead of Kawhi season, it probably would have helped his quiz. Kawhi season ends a little earlier.
Put Steph Curry on the Clippers team. Oof.
With Paul George?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. I think that is a dog of a team.
No, they would hoop.
They would hoop.
They would hoop.
And you got Reggie Jackson on the bench, so Steph's gonna get some break time. Oh,
we'll never see.
Oh man,
But that concludes your top five, huh?
That concludes my top five. I think we only have one thing that's different. Kawhi and Steph.
Yeah, that's about it.
So,
now I'm thinking it's top five.
You got one?
I think I got one, but we'll let it ferment for a little. I've got a couple.
All right,
but
we'll come back to it after we do what we're watching.
No, we're going straight into it, Nick. I'm ready.
You ready?
Top five WWE wrestlers all time.
Of all time?
All time.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Number one, John Cena. Number two, Shawn Michaels.
That's tough.
Number three, Undertaker.
Respect.
Number four would be, I think it's Jeff Hardy.
Respect.
And then number five would be, her name, Ronda Rousey. It's like no. Brock Lesnar. I like Brock Lesnar.
All right.
I wanted to throw a female in there, but I'm not doing that.
Couldn't force it.
I'm not gonna force no equality shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna force it. Like hey, I will grade women on the merits, but I'm not gonna just force it.
All I asked was for your top five. I ain't asked for anything else.
I was trying to think of some women fighters. So I'm like, but it's like the WWE has just done a bad job of that division.
Blame what you want to blame.
So,
all right, good. That's a good top five. All right, number one for me, The Undertaker. Just put it out there. GOAT. I don't know how else to. You might argue, you might not argue. But number two, Rey Mysterio, Mr. 619 himself.
I missed somebody. I'm not him, but I missed somebody important. They're six. They have to be six.
That's six. All right, number three, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. No one can sit there and tell me you have not try to attempt sweet chin music.
No one can make such a stupid move look so cool.
It's just a kick to the jaw.
That's all. He was kicking niggas straight in the face.
But it was so legendary. Honorable mention because I can't really put both of them, but D-Generation X deserves all of it, all the plots.
Yeah, for sure. Great moments.
You can't tell me niggas ain't hit the All right, we gonna leave it at that. But
suck it.
Number three, Shawn Michaels. Like I said, number four. This one gets difficult for me because I got some favorites, and then it's some people I just want to put there for the sake of putting there. But my man's Randy Orton.
That was the person I thought of.
That it might be the greatest antagonist in WWE.
The thing is, I have to say, I can't say because I remember before I didn't like him as much. It was when he became legacy. That little run was so. This man, I have never that was the best marketing they've ever done for a villain. He literally was just like a snake. You know what I'm saying? He would get on the ground just
hunting niggas down. Nah, bro. Niggas don't understand. I think the reason people didn't like Randy Orton because he was so good at being the villain.
Great.
He was absolutely made for the villain role. He made you mad when he came on the screen when I was younger.
Yeah, when he RKO'd Stephanie McMahon. And then with Triple H, you remember Triple H was handcuffed, and then he couldn't do nothing. And then he kisses her. And Triple H is just losing his shit. That's one of the best runs. That's one of the best runs in WWE history, definitely. For sure.
And final off the list, I wanted to make him honorable mention, but I think he's really influential on why I even gave a fuck about WWE because I feel like let's be real. WWE got hella white people in it, but
Like,
Booker T.
oh wow.
Booker T was one of just the realest. He wasn't like headline, but he was always such a featured person, and he generally made me laugh every time I seen him. And he was on one of the few black people that probably had like real clout. I think Bobby Lashley's probably another name, but Booker T
I don't
definitely.
think Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley like was just that strong.
He was just big as fuck, but so was Mark Henry, and I feel like Mark Henry's still in the.
But Mark Henry had put in years though. Like Mark Henry had been in there since like '96.
Gotcha. Yeah, he actually did wrestling.
Mark Henry was an Olympic wrestler while America was with the Dream Team.
He was genuinely an actual wrestler turned up.
He had beef with Michael Jordan type shit. That's how old that nigga is.
Booker T he had a hell of a run. I mean, it was just fun to watch. So
Booker T is part of one of the most racist things I've ever seen. Do you remember when I think it was Vince McMahon? He was talking to somebody. He was like, "All right, what's good, my nigga?" And then Booker T's right. They playing the camera, but Booker T's just like shocked face.
I couldn't believe he said it.
I was like,
the
what?
WWE really got away with that.
They did, and that was I think it was like 05. I'm like, yo, I don't even think in 05 that's like okay to do.
I think Dave Chappelle got away with it. It's around that time period.
Dave Chappelle is black. We're talking about Vince McMahon.
WWE was a wild place, yeah.
It was.
They hated people with
we got the CEO saying the N-word on live TV.
I think afterwards they realized they couldn't do it no more, but they got away with it.
For sure. I'm surprised no one brought that up. It's like that. I saw though. You saw like that.
True story though.
Happen.
I fucked with the McMahons, bro. They was just real good money ass niggas.
I never hated them.
I think we all let it go for that reason.
I was too young to care.
That's true.
I didn't know that was such a big thing.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was.
I was like 11, so it's like when that happened, I was like, oh, I know you shouldn't say that, but oh, why you said it?
I laughed. I probably laughed.
I think I laughed too. You know, but
that's top five. We gonna hit the button.
No Rock.
You heard me. I said my top
five.
I
didn't say Rock either. That's crazy. No,
that's not really my talent, for being honest. Cool wrestler, but like I didn't really start getting WWE till like.
I will argue he has the best like move set. That's the only thing I'll say. He has
Randy Orton on everything.
Randy Orton has a great, the best finisher of all time.
My man has the boot where he'll take your fucking head off.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah. He'll kick your head off, literally.
No, that was really good too. You're right.
That nigga was a dog.
But The Rock had a lot of great.
I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing that.
Then this nigga literally niggas will be on the ground. He's just like making it. That is the most dramatic shit you could possibly do.
That's what you do.
I feel like it's second only to Rey Mysterio shit.
Rey Mysterio does have the funny.
Niggas legit will be hanging on.
My man had to go through back, like run through the rope side to side and then climb it. Hey, bro,
The Rock, he would jump over the nigga.
That's why he got second, man. Rey Mysterio to go 619.
Oh, man.
Niggas would love watching this.
And no Steve Austin too.
No, like I said, not really my era.
It's not my era either, but Steve Austin had the RKO before the RKO.
No, you're not wrong.
His was honestly, it's not better, because I think Randy Orton's just a more athletic nigga, so it looks better.
If I had to say, Steve Austin's era in the WWE might be one of the best.
He's considered like their top.
I wouldn't argue that.
And
the Stone Cold Stunner?
His shit, this nigga would come in there with like 3 beers, and he'd be like, do this stunner.
He would throw beers out there. Let me go drink beers. We're cooling. They take a sip. The minute they took that sip, it was done.
That man was reckless,
no, the stunner was absolutely funny as fuck. Niggas was always drinking beer and it just looked
was the RKO for the RKO, because it had the same effect. Because it would come out of
their head drop.
Like, it would come out of nowhere.
You could do it anytime. No, it was definitely the RKO for the RKO, but I think that's part of what makes Randy Orton so great. I mean, he's got the full package and he's a dick.
Yeah, Randy Orton's great.
I think that's top 5.
Top 5.
Hit the button, Nick. Go out.
Top 5.
Top 5.
What we going to next, fool?
What we been watching, nigga?
Shit. I have been watching some shit, Nick.
I've been watching and reading some shit.
Nigga, all right, I'm going because you going to talk forever.
That's you. What? Yo, me? Okay.
Look, I'm going in. All right, y'all. So, last time we spoke, we mentioned the anime called Vivi. I figured Nick wouldn't start it, so I had to do it for the both of us. But just know, Nick, I started it dub. So, if you started sub, you'll have a different experience. Mm-hmm. The dub is not bad, but there are also robots, so it can be very monotone at times. I'm not gonna spoil too much.
How's the lip syncing?
Not too noticeable.
Okay.
She sings. She's a singer. Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but the animation looks clean, like icy clean, and story's compelling. I'm only like 2, 3 episodes in, but I'll tell you when action comes. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But that did not take the headlines this week. I'll tell you that. I did start Samurai Champloo. I went for the dub for that one as well because I wanted kind of the Toonami
That's
experience.
how I watched it.
That's just how I feel. There was a sub, and I was like, "That's not."
Dang, I haven't seen this stuff with that.
Look, if you want, let me know how it goes. But I
I will.
started a dub, 1 episode in. Cool start. We'll see how it goes. I got 25 more to go. But that's not the headliner either. It's Kobayashi Dragon Maid. That's got a really good OP. Just putting that out there. Show looks cool. I'm excited. My hero dropped a new episode. Nothing changed. But I'm expecting some violence sooner or later. But the real star of this week's what we were watching. Oh, special shout out to Daft Punk anime movie.
One more time.
You didn't have to sing that at all.
I did.
All right. Well, I forget the name already. I really shouldn't. Like I said, 1 hour music video, cool watch. If you're into creative, I think if you're just into creative anything, whether it be AMVs, music, anime, whatever, it's a cool thing to watch. Just to watch Daft Punk collaborate with
It's great to
Toei
put in the
Animation.
background too.
Oh, for sure. Nick did it doing some other things. We'll leave that where it is.
It's too much work.
But yeah, that's just a special shout out. The anime that really caught my attention this week. I said I was going to watch it last week. I actually did it. Girlfriend. This this needs to be, if you're into like funny romance animes, this needs to be on your list. And I'll tell you, I have not laughed this hard from an anime that just also happened to be romance. It had to be, I'm forgetting the name now. Nick, you know the name.
What, Kaguya-sama?
Yes, Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most I've laughed at an anime that also happened to be romance. I'll say the difference is Kaguya-sama, I think more comedy based. That is a romance anime. Versus this one, I think it always stays to its truth of being a romance anime. But the characters are all funny as absolute fuck. Like it's got a Kaguya-sama like Love is War. Not even the kind of setup where like they're students, but it 1,000% is like Konosuba like characters where they're just out of pocket.
And they're mean. They're
mean
spirited.
No, they definitely one is
because Konosuba is very mean.
No, one of them is probably the mean spirited one, but like just how outrageous they act is truly what.
So like how the girls are.
Nah, the main character is goated on everything. You just have to watch it. But when I tell you, and it's not your normal romance anime, like your typical romance anime, especially for a harem anime, for the main character, hella girls, now he has to pick. This anime throws it out in the first episode, but I'm just gonna leave that there. I'll tell you, the main character goated, cast funny as shit, and I'll tell you this: this is the first time I've heard an opening and went to like who made this opening since Tokyo Ghoul. So just I'm gonna play the opening for Nick later. I'll probably tell you how it is later, but it was an opening that truly made me like, who made this? Why does this slap so hard? It's not even like a. It really is just catchy as fuck, but it's a registered bop.
Man, we need to do a top 5 anime.
Look, you save that for when you save that, Nick. I'm not asking for nothing. But
trust me, I will.
In terms of what I'm watching, girlfriend definitely had me watching 1 episode and getting me to the next and the next, and it's something I might just watch week for week. That good, I'm entertained. And
how many episodes?
Don't know. It's coming out this season, so 4 so yeah, so 4 so far. Okay. I have to my anime listed to see what it's supposed to be, but 4 so far. Like I said, all funny as shit. I've been weak every time. It's probably been the surprise of the season for me. But yeah, besides that, watch the sports on the slate. I didn't watch the UFC's fights last night. Just wasn't big on it.
Me neither.
Olympic sports is happening, but yet again, I can't wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. to catch the Olympics. Sorry, Japan, but I appreciate you. Feel me? There being sports again, like in a mass complex. So I get sports has been back, but I think this is probably the biggest sporting event. Non-Euros. I think Euros for the soccer is probably the biggest.
Yeah, I mean, define biggest.
Like crowd, community.
Like, I don't know because I don't think they're having many crowds there.
The Euros had a big crowd, but you're right. Japan,
no,
I think it's just more.
I don't think there's any crowds.
No, there isn't actually. Not a big crowd, but probably just the largest assessment of athletes in one location.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's probably
Yeah,
the
sure.
only.
I'll give you
That's
that. But
probably the
yeah,
only
no,
thing.
just in terms of people there,
Yeah, it's a very big sporting event, obviously,
of
but
course.
yeah, no, there's actually no people there. Good call.
Right.
Yeah, the Euros is technically the biggest event then so far.
Because the
It's
Euros had a lot of
close.
people there.
Yeah, I mean, stadiums was damn near full.
Right.
Some
So
more
it's
than
weird,
others.
depending on how you classify it.
Yeah.
You know, it's the biggest collection of athletes we've had.
I mean,
since the
Milwaukee,
pandemic.
the whole city was damn near there for that game 6.
I mean, it was funny. You see? Did you when they showed a flash to the crowd? Jeff O'Vega, he was like, "Dr. Fauci's having a heart attack." And yo, I've never seen them switch points so quickly, man. I was like, "Oh, he's
It's
right.
a fair point, bro. It's a fair point.
Them Wisconsin numbers are not looking great."
But they got a chip though. They got a chip.
When he said that, I was like, "Oh, you said that."
They got a chip.
And Dr. Fauci probably watching it like,
Fuck. All right, Nick. What you been watching?
Let me start with what I stopped reading.
Jesus.
I stopped reading Berserk.
Good for you.
I
sleep
will-
better at night.
I will continue it in the coming months. I just don't need that negativity.
Do you sleep better at night now?
Yes.
That's good to hear.
It's
I don't need that negativity.
I will legit tell you, like one night when I was reading it, I did have a dream about one of the monsters that was on there. And I was like, fuck,
That
this shit
influential-
has to be scary.
You definitely-
This shit is next level
You
scary.
definitely read that shit before bed.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I read manga.
Yeah.
I read before I go to bed because it's the best thing to fall. Like, I fall asleep.
That's exactly how you get your dreams fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I stopped reading Berserk also because I started reading this new manga that is in Shonen Jump.
Word.
It has 72 chapters.
Word.
I am on chapter 30. It is called Undead Unluck. I'm really fucking with this manga.
Tell the manga people why.
So, and it might be for the anime people, but it's 72 chapters. Usually by 100 chapters, that's when Shonen Jump's like, all right, anime time. So we're pretty close to probably getting that anime adaptation. Looking forward to that. I think this reason why I like it is because it's funny, but it also keeps a lot of those Shonen Jump characteristics. It has a lot of comedy anime bits of it, but it's still power systems.
Loud head ass protagonist.
So it's technically two protagonists.
What?
One is
There's always one main protagonist though, right?
in Shonen.
In this one. Or in Shonen in general, yeah. But
In Shonen in general, typically, yeah.
But this one is truly two.
Yeah, because and it's two people.
You're telling me one isn't more prominent than the other?
I can pretty much say yeah.
I'm having struggles to believe that, Nick, but I'll let that be.
So one character, he is the undead portion. He is this guy who's been living forever and he can't die.
Who did you get introduced to first?
Her,
Mm.
but they are technically in the same scene together.
All right, just asking.
So it's hard to even say she was. She was the first character that had dialogue.
Just saying.
But then literally like 2 bubbles later, he has dialogue.
All right, makes sense.
So basically, he cannot die. She causes anybody that touches her bare skin to have the worst luck possible and usually ends in death. Killed her parents that way. She's killed family members that way. So
That's
she is very antisocial because she can't touch anybody. Hasn't dated anybody.
There's an anime out like right now with that same premise, kind of, but reversed. It's the dude who's the one who can't be touched, and then there's a chick that can actually like make.
Oh really?
Yeah, same. I forget the name of the anime. We'll see if I remember pull it up.
Sure.
Pretty much same premise, but go continue.
So this one is more of he can't die. He feels that she can be the gateway to getting him to die.
Word, that's tough.
So he wants her, and he wants to be with her because of that. And she was literally about to kill herself, type shit. So he like basically saves her from killing herself.
I need you to kill me, chill.
Right. And so that's basically the story. And it gets into more like a power structure system and how it works out later on as the coming chapters. I'm really so shocked at how good it is because a story like that could easily go into head ass territory.
Oh, for sure.
And I think it does a really good. I think the initial chapters are in that head ass.
One loud head ass protagonist.
There are moments that it gets a little like what's the best
head
word?
assery?
Not head assery, yeah, but it's also like gropey humor.
Cliche.
Yeah, like it's really gropey. Like
what are we
Of
talking?
course,
Like
the most powerful version to get it is for him to motorboat her titties. You know what I'm saying? We're
talking 7 Deadly Sins, huh?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good comparison. You know, that's the most unluck because the thing is, it's called an unluck ability,
Mm-hmm.
and so like when he's fighting an enemy,
Is she old girl from Fire Force, where she just always loses her clothes for no reason?
no, she never loses her
All right,
clothes,
just making sure.
but it's like for example, they're fighting an enemy and they can't beat the enemy. He'll like ask her, he'll like, and now they just go to like she'll kiss his cheek, but he was literally motorboating her titties. And it would cause a meteor shower to come down, and the enemy they're facing is like, "What the fuck is going on?" So it makes sense, but it's like you didn't have to motorboat her titties to make that point.
Hey, bro.
And I feel like I don't know if they got criticism for it.
It's part of the anime culture. In my part,
Yeah, but it was a little much. It was a little, even for anime, it was a little much.
At least it wasn't his little sister.
Yeah. But it's gotten better. I think by chapter 20, now we're at the point where that's not happening.
Word.
It's literally just she kissed him on the cheek and the worst unluck happens. And that's how they fight their enemies.
Yeah.
And he's a lit nigga by himself because he can't die. So
good old bonding it.
Respect to that. Reading that weekly.
Word.
Stay tuned for that.
Word.
I want Space Jam 2. Man, I really liked it. From watching it with somebody, you know what I'm saying?
It was more
and
enjoyable.
watching the hilarity of this.
More enjoyable than you thought it was gonna be?
For sure.
Okay. That's how I thought about it.
And I would say, like, do I think it's better than Space Jam 1? It doesn't fucking matter. Because they're both bad movies.
I think the answer is no.
I'm saying they're both bad movies.
That's what I said.
You know what's crazy? The dude who made Space Jam 1, like the director?
Just it.
And he hasn't directed a movie since Space Jam 1. I'm like, nigga, you are not the person to make this up.
Man was not having it.
He's like, no one can touch my masterpiece. It's like, nigga, you gotta calm down, bro.
My
like,
man thought he put some shit together, I'll tell you that.
I'm like, no one wanted to work with you afterwards. That is proof in the pudding right there.
He'll tell you it was over his own choice.
Man, that was... Well, that's why I was like, really, man? And you know, I was watching Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. I'm like, are niggas really arguing about
which one's better and because of why? All the other.
I'm like, are we really trying to incorporate
niggas
this into Michael Jordan,
Mike, LeBron till we die? I'm just like, I'm absolutely certain.
I'm like, these are both objectively bad movies. They're both enjoyable.
As long as LeBron and Michael Jordan, until somebody comes and makes it a 3-headed race, these two are gonna get compared till we die.
Can we spoil it? I want to make a joke.
I don't want to spoil it.
I'll say something on camera.
You are very fetish.
No, it's like there's some funny shit I want to talk about with it.
Can we spoil it? You sound like a kid in a candy store.
I can't believe how the story ended. I couldn't believe that, but we'll get.
They had to end it somehow, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like the most dramatic you could have possibly made it for no reason at all. But we'll move on.
Look, go ahead.
We'll move on. I've been rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen, the dub version.
Got you.
So
how you feel about it?
Whenever I watch a really good anime, if I'm gonna rewatch it, I always pick the opposite way of how I watched it.
Just to get a different feel for it.
So I'm watching the dub version, and it's one of the cases where I like some voice actors in it better than the Japanese, but there's some voice actors in it that I'm like, oh, I really like the Japanese version.
Does it ruin the show?
No, not at all. The lip sync is not the greatest.
All right.
But Gojo, I like Gojo better in English than he is in Japanese. In Japanese, he seems super just silly.
Yes.
And I never was a big fan of that.
I felt that.
It didn't fit. Like, he is silly.
He's the strongest nigga out here.
Yeah, but it's like he sounded overly silly to me in the Japanese sub.
Very playful.
In the dub, he sounds
a little more adult,
but still silly. It's a better balance to me. It fits the character better to me. You know what I'm saying? But he sounds more like, let's say, a Kakashi than not.
There's only so many voice actors.
But besides, he was good. I like Nomura better in the sub better than the dub.
Got you.
Ichidori he's to me it's the same thing.
No real difference.
Yeah,
not a real passionate character, honestly.
Yeah, and then what's his name? Megumin. I like Megumin in Japanese better. So it varies. Like it varies character to character. Gotcha. It's not a bad experience. So you know whether you're a dub or sub watcher, you're gonna have a fun time with Jujutsu Kaisen for sure.
I wonder if Rascal did not dream Bunny Girl Senpai got dubbed.
Most likely.
I'll have to find out.
It's on Funimation, right?
I think I watched it through Funimation.
God, this nigga's a street dweller.
Hey, bro, leave me alone. I've already been worried too many times.
The last one before I get to my main, this is gonna be
The
quick.
main. Oof.
Godzilla, Singular Point. I started it.
Is that a movie or TV show?
It's an anime on Netflix.
Got you.
It
Made by Netflix?
Huh?
Netflix made anime, I guess?
It is made by two studios. Orange did the CG, and Bones did the just regular animation.
You don't really gotta do too much no more. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Describe the anime.
So it's Godzilla.
Hmm?
It's Godzilla. So it's it's basically if you took those movies and just made them into an anime and just gave it anime sensibilities.
So just episode by episode, new nigga getting fought, real Power Ranger style.
No, it's more like if you took like the human parts of those movies, where you're focused on the humans.
What a waste.
Not the greatest. I'm episode 4 and I'm questioning whether I'm going to make it to episode 14. I'm questioning it. I might just do it because I like Godzilla shit, but this is not
it, Chief.
Its thing is, it looks amazing.
You didn't answer my question.
It looks amazing.
It's not it, Chief.
I'm not saying that yet because I like how it looks, and that's almost carries it.
But is the actual dialogue / plot going somewhere / good?
Dialogue's not bad.
All right,
dialogue's not bad.
It's
I will say it leans on the side of exposition in every statement.
Does it make you want to hit play on the next episode?
I have, yeah. So I think I'm gonna finish it.
All right.
It's just not as good as it's if you're making an anime and you say the studios behind it is Bones and Orange. We're talking the guys who make Land of Illustrious for the CG. And we're talking Bones, who make fucking Full Metal Alchemist.
They made Fairy Tail, didn't they?
I think that's Madhouse.
No, you might be on something.
But they made Full Metal Alchemist. They currently make My Hero. We're talking that's the best assortment of talent you can possibly have for anime. And this is a 7 out of 10 right now.
It doesn't always make the anime good, though.
It doesn't. You need good source material.
It's just the truth.
My main course is Beastars Season 2. Are you familiar with Beastars?
You think I'm not?
I mean, as far as like, are you caught up?
I've not watched a single episode because it's not fucking Land of Illustrious.
Hey, I feel you on that, man.
Also, I'm not big on furries, especially the CG furries. But
here's the thing. I don't mind it usually as long as you don't sexualize them.
This one has crossed the line, though, hasn't it? You still watching?
Here's the thing. Beastars is furries, anime, Degrassi. That's what it is.
With some CG in it.
For sure.
Actually, the whole thing's CG and not some CG in it. The whole thing is literally CG.
With a murder mystery tied into it.
Oh, God.
And so I think from a plot standpoint, I like it a lot.
But
from a CG standpoint, it's the best CG show ever.
I'm going to call cap on that one and say Land of Illustrious.
It's the niggas who made Land of Illustrious.
I know what I said.
And they've improved their talents.
I'm calling Land of Illustrious best CG anime ever made. That's my opinion.
Cool. It is the best CG anime of all time. It has some really good voice acting. I only watch it dubbed because, I mean, if you start anime dubbed, we talked about this last week.
If you like it, you like it. You're not going to switch off it because someone told you to watch it sub.
Right. So
unless you're just one of those.
The thing that I don't like, one of the main characters, we're not seeing much of her this season, which was disappointing.
What time did we start this episode?
Not for sure. You have the stop part.
But I've been stopping and going.
We'll see.
We'll see. Don't you have a... Never mind. Continue what you're saying.
But, yeah, I don't think it lived up to season 1. I think that...
Not enough furry sex scenes, huh?
There weren't any, thank God. The one thing that gets me weird is where they show, like, cleavage. I'm like, animals. I don't want to see cleavage to a fucking deer, man. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see cleavage for a wolf, man. Like, I don't want to see that.
Hey, man, they try to amplify sex differences.
It's just weird. Like, it's just a weird vibe whenever they do it. So that to me is a negative. I think the story's a little weaker. If I were to overall grade it, it's a 7.5 out of 10. Like, I enjoyed my time with it. Got through it in 2 days, so I enjoyed it. but it could have been better. Hoping for season 3 to be a little better. I think season 3
I'm
is the
hoping
last
they
one.
fucking make another season of The Land of Illustrious, but I'm gonna just be here
Hey
quietly.
man, look. Hey man, if Netflix threw the money for it, if Amazon threw the money for Land of Illustrious, we'd have a season 2.
Money for it. Fuck off, Jeff Bezos.
Hey man.
I'm about to call it
Hey, yeah, blame him. Okay, there we go. Blame him. Full circle. Full circle shit.
Not full circle.
Full
That
circle
nigga Jeff
shit.
not charging that in the slightest.
You talking about me? You go asking for a plane ride like you cursed him out too.
Nigga, I'm not going. I'm gently ask, hey, bro, you mind getting that second season of Land of Illustrious greenlit?
Would you rather have the second season or rather go to space?
Second season.
Oh, you wild.
That might never come out. I can go to space down the line.
Hey, you can read it, bro. I already read the story.
That's fine. I want it animated. I'll tell you the manga or whatever, not gonna look as good as the anime.
Manga's pretty damn good.
Did it look as good as the anime?
Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah.
You cap it.
I'm not capping.
All right, good day.
Read the manga. I literally will give you one of the books. It's really good.
Day. Is that all you had?
Yeah, this nigga saying it does look good. And I answer the question. He's like, "Well, no, it doesn't."
I can't believe that.
What you want me to answer for?
The manga looks as good.
Have you seen the manga?
One of the best CG animes. Period.
Have you seen the manga?
No, I ain't seen the manga.
So what?
Ain't no paper looking.
And you asked me the question. I'm like, yes, it looks really good.
Like, I don't know if you cap it or not.
When do I ever cap?
All the time.
That is not true, America. America knows.
America, I don't think America knows.
So I'll go into what I've been listening to. So I tried to listen to that Kanye stream. No, chief. I heard 10 minutes of it and I was like, this is unfinished music. When he releases the album, I will listen to it then. Till then, I'm not listening to unfinished music. I don't know if you heard anything about any music from it.
I haven't heard a single song.
Did you hear? I did hear the one that was in the commercial.
Nope.
You hear that one? It was in the commercial in the NBA Finals. You didn't see that?
Literally, no. Saving the whole listen for the album.
Like, I heard because I wasn't trying to listen to it. I just heard it. It was literally just in the Sha'Carri Richards Nike commercial.
Missed it.
And I was like, oh, okay. And it sounded really good too. I was like, all right, cool.
I am waiting for the album to drop, and I will enjoy it in one sitting.
We will get that in 2023.
Or August.
Doubt it. When is Kanye ever coming on time?
Hey, bro, he's already missed this deadline.
You expect him to make another one?
If he plans on dropping it, it's got to be sooner or later.
Yeah, I hope. Matter of fact, I don't even hope you're right. If it drops, I'll listen to it. I'm not really anticipating at this point. I actually heard a really good album this week that I enjoyed while I was like waiting for that shit to drop. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this album as soon as afterwards. In the meantime, I was listening to Young Blue. I was like, oh, well, fuck Kanye. This shit is hidden. Like, I was not expecting some nigga who I had never really heard before.
Word.
For me to listen to their whole album and, like, get an immediate vibe.
Word.
He had features out the wazoo. He had her on there. He had Drake on there. The beats are solid. He mixes that R&B vibe, but he has a trap vibe, too. So he does a really good job of, like, curtailing his music. It kind of just sounds like a really long playlist.
Word.
So I really appreciated that album. Good features, good beats. He had some good lyrics on there. I'm going to be tuning in. You officially got a fan, Young Blue.
Shout out to Young Blue.
Moon Boy. That's the name of the album. So peep it if you haven't already.
Debut album?
No. I think he's had like 6 other
albums.
I don't even know if this is considered a debut album. Okay. So I don't want to speak on my ass.
Gotcha.
I just know this is his 6th project.
Good to know. I don't listen to Young Blue, so I got no real statements on it.
And then I listened to this girl who released an album. She was in the Savage X Fenty thing on Amazon by Rihanna. And her name is Ebony.
She just dropped the tape.
She dropped the tape. It's called
the title of the tape.
The title of the tape is the title of the tape is Good Dick and Weed.
Hell of a title.
Hell of a title. But I played one song and I was like, this actually is pretty good.
That's
and
how you get attention.
It is. It low-key is. You know what I'm saying? And I actually liked it. You know what I'm saying? I actually liked a lot of the songs. They get the 10-track album and I like 7 songs. That's a good ratio.
That's good.
She had a couple... I think she's like half Jamaican, so she had a couple like, you know, dancehall type songs. I was like,
word.
I was like, I don't like these.
Drake feature inspiration, you say?
Yeah, it was like Bad Party. You know? Because you know when Party tries to do that, like Party is 50-50 on those type of songs.
Very hit or miss, yeah.
Hers were in the miss. All the ones he tried were in the miss.
All of the miss.
But She has a really good vibe when she's just doing the trap shit.
Gotcha.
So respect to her. And then I listened to Yoasobi. She made the theme for Beastars season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I like this song. All right, cool.
Weird.
And so I played a couple of her songs on Spotify. I'm like, I actually really like the vibe of this shit. This is some good workout music. You know, so I've been listening to her. She's had not a specific album per se.
Is she Japanese?
It's
Chinese?
a duo. So it's this girl and this producer. So he makes the beats.
You didn't answer my question.
Said if it's a girl, it's like
I said they Japanese.
Oh, I thought you said okay. Yeah, they're Japanese.
He said what?
They're Japanese. I thought that was good. Yeah.
You answered, well, it's a duo. I was like, all right, well, are they Japanese?
I ain't realize you said it because I'm like, aren't most people who make music?
Hey,
for
I didn't
Japanese?
assume. I did not assume. I asked.
Well, yeah, she's Japanese because she's the main singer.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a dude and a girl. He makes the beats. She sings.
That's cool.
It's very good. It has a hip hop ish style to it, but it's clearly J-pop.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not really a J-pop fan, but if I hear a song that I like, I'll put it in the playlist.
Got
so
you.
That's what I've been listening to. You listen to anything?
I just finished the 8th mix of my slow and reverb mixes. I don't know what I'm shooting for, maybe 10.
Mm-hmm.
We're hoping to get AMVs for this, but that's just a hope. I'll let you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of actual like new music, nope, not at all. Kanye didn't drop. We wait.
We'll be waiting. So besides that, I think that is a rap skis for the most part.
It sounds like the end of the podcast.
I think it is. And we haven't done this all the time.
I did that before the podcast started.
You did. This is the first time.
Damn, I feel about
America, this is called self-control right
self-control. I did it technically. Then we started recording.
America, this is called, growing. Growth.
If it was closer, I would have been here. Just saying.
What you mean? The same this is last week.
Drop the beat, bro. What are you doing? Drop the beat.
Drop the beat when?
Now.
All right.
Love it, surgical.